welcome to All Together Gaming. I'm Chris, and today is Zendikar pre-release day. Boom. Today we're going to open up a Zendikar pre-release pack. We're going to go over, first of all, the cards that are in it, and then we're going to go over how to build a sealed deck for your pre-release draft party. I know there's not many events going on right now, but it is worth covering for people that maybe have never done a pre-release party before or have never done a sealed event before. They will be coming back eventually at some point, so let's get into it. I myself have been to a few of these, and I enjoy them very much. The ones I've been to, at least, are different than your traditional draft where you pass packs or whatnot. Pre-release party, you get your pre-release kit, as you see here. I like this so far. And you get to open up all your packs. You pick 40 cards from amongst the cards that you have, and then you grab some lands and you play. So, first of all, we have our pre-release card is a Shadow's Verdict. Exile all creatures and planeswalkers with converted mana cost of 3 or less from the battlefield, and all creature or planeswalker from the graveyard. Wow. For 5, not too shabby. Oh, I did buy a regular box as well, and this was the buy a box promo that came with that. This is a pretty nice looking card. I really do like this. Aura Skyclave Hierophant. Whenever Aura Skyclave Hierophant or another cleric you control dies, return target cleric card of lesser converted mana cost from your graveyard to the battlefield. You could probably do some interesting things with this in EDH for sure. Let's see what else is in here. Alright. Spin down counter. Little booklet on gearing up for adventure. That's pretty nifty. Insert here. And then six packs. So, what's that? That's 30, 60, 90 cards, and you have to pick 40 of them to make a deck with. Alright. Farsight Adept. Fissure Wizard. When Fissure Wizard enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. It's pretty good for red. When Cascade Seer enters the battlefield, you're going to scry X, where X is the number of creatures in your party. Party mechanic. That is pretty sweet. Parties consist of cleric, rogues, warriors, and wizards. One of the mechanics in Zendikar Rising. Blood Price. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Put 2 of them into your hand and the rest of them into the bottom of your library in any order. You lose 2 life. Kazandu Necropot. I'll read some of these. I'm not going to read all of them. We got a lot of cards to get through. Seagate Colossus. Disenchant. Instant. Destroy target artifact or enchantment for 2. That's a pretty good removal spell. And when you're looking for cards to put into your, that you're going to pull out of this, like first you're going to be looking for bombs or cards that can do big things, and then the second thing you're going to be looking for is removal. So removal of any kind, whether it's artifacts, enchantments, creatures, planeswalkers, you name it. Turn Timber. A 5/4 for 5 mana. I don't know. Artifact, Creature Priest. Malakar, Blood Priest. Cleric. Is this the first other cleric card we've seen? I guess everything is another warrior. This is our first uncommon. Fireblade Charger. Fearless Fledgling. This card has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Fearless Fledgling. It gains flying until end of turn. Love landfall. Oh, here's one of the modal cards. Oh, wow. Valakut Exploration. This is another full art enchantment. I'm gonna look at the other side of this modal card actually. It's kinda hard. It was kinda hard not to reveal that rare with the modal in front, but you can cast it for its instant, or you can play it as its land. It's kinda cool. I really like these. This is really good for first pack. So, well, these full art lands. Again, love these things. So, Valakut Exploration. Enchantment landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card as long as it remains exiled. At the beginning of your end step, if there are cards exiled with Valakut Exploration, put them into the owner's graveyard. Then Valakut Exploration deals that much damage to each opponent. Wow. Now this might be something you might call a bomb. I guess we'll find out though. It's a pretty good card. At least in what it seems like so far. Man, I feel like these pack openings are like, in through my headset, they just seem so loud. The packs do. Let me guys know if the packs seem extremely loud to you guys. Another Fishier Wizard. Pretty sure we already seen one of these. Expedition Healer. Here's another cleric to add to our party. Expedition Healer has lifelink as long as you control another cleric. And this is going to be fun set to play with. Tormenting Voice. As an additional cost, cast a spell, discard a card, draw 2 cards. Blood Price. Already seen that. Already seen that. Nisa's Zendikar. Enchant Land. Enchant Land is a 4/4 elemental creature with reach and haste. It's still a land. Expedition Diviner. Merfolk Wizard. Seems like that party mechanic's really going to work well. Spitfire Lagak. Another creature with landfall. Well, whenever our land enters, deals 1 damage to each opponent. Red still sticking with its classic burn. Nahiri's Binding. Look at this story spotlight card. This is my world, Jace. Down to its very bones. Looks like Nahiri and Jace are going to have a little battle. I like these story cards. They don't ever tell you which order they're supposed to go in. Here's another story spotlight. Lithoform Blight. Thundering Rebuke. Thundering Rebuke deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Wow, for 2, that's a really nice sorcery. And then we have another modal card with a leg behind it. Woo! Grokmaw, Skyclave Ravager. The other side of this modal is at land. Man, the way they place these in here kind of, it's not conducive to pack opening, but it still is pretty exciting. Modals are sweet. What do we got here with Grokmaw? Grokmaw, Skyclave Ravager enters the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever another creature you control dies, if it had a +1/+1 counter on it, put a +1/+1 counter on Grokmaw. When Grokmaw dies, create a XX black and green Hydra token creature where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on Grokmaw. That could be huge. You could pump that up and then just make a ton of tokens. And if you had something like, oh, what's that, Doubling Season or Parallel Lives, you could just grow so many tokens, it would be insane. Forest. And an arena token. Pretty good pack so far. I would say pretty good. Alright. Cliffhaven Sellsword. I love the core. I said in a previous video, the core are native to Zendikar. They're one of the only species. Or, yeah, I guess that'd be right. Teeter Peak Ambusher. Anti-cognition. Counter target creature or planeswalker spell unless its controller pays 2. If an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, instead counter that spell. Wow. Here's another party card. This is one of the preview cards I looked at. Or one of the first ones I seen, at least that had the party mechanic mentioned on it. Adventure awaits. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest of the bottom of your library in any random order. If you didn't put a card into your hand this way, draw a card. Blood Beckoning. Kicker was another mechanic in this set. Allows you to pay additional to do additional things. Cliffhaven Kite Sail. Akum Hellhound. That is some pretty sweet looking. It's a pretty sweet looking Hellhound. Bubble Snare. Demon's Disciple. Thundering Spark Mage. Yes, more party mechanics. Another modal card. Oh, uncommon. Uncommon. Which means that, like, it seems like they're placing the modals right before the rares. So what do we have? The other side's going to be a land. And then, what's that? Silwandi Vision. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal an instant or sorcery card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest into the bottom of your library in any order. And then, what do we got underneath of it? Land. Crawling Barrens. Add a colorless mana or put 2 +1/+1 counters on Crawling Barrens. Then you may have it become a 0/0 elemental creature and it's still a land. And this is the other side of that modal. I know I'm doing this in a weird order, but it almost seems like I have to do it that way. This is what the Fall Swamp looks like. First token. Cat. El Gato. Couple more. Pull these away from the mic when I open them. Alright. Shell Shield. Seems like a good idea. Kicker. You may pay an additional mana to cast this. So, for 2 mana, target creature gets control, or target creature you control gets +0/+3 until end of turn. If this was kicked, it also gains Hexproof. It's a pretty nice instant for 2 if you kick it. Practice Tactics. Again, another party mechanic card. This is really cool. I'm going to end up putting a deck together just to play with party stuff. Plus, that kind of makes me feel like putting together a sealed deck is going to have a little bit more forgiveness to it because of the party mechanic. Pyroclastic Helion, excuse me. When Pyroclastic Helion enters the battlefield, you may return a land you control to its owner's hand. When you do, Pyroclastic Helion deals 2 damage to each opponent. It's not bad. 4/5. So we'll see. We'll get to see. Now that everything's rotated out, we're getting a new set in. It's going to be shaken up. Everything's going to be different. It's going to take It's going to take a couple of weekends. Hopefully it's going to take a couple weekends to see a new meta form. Shepherd of Heroes. More party mechanics. It's pretty cool. You know, it's like you can almost gain some benefit off of every card you have. Cleric of the Chill Depths. Skyclave Sentinel. More Kicker. Expedition Champion. On to the uncommons. Relic File. Sacrifice a creature, draw a card. There seems to be some graveyard stuff going on here too. Cinderclasm. That is pretty cool looking. Kicker, you may pay extra. Cinderclasm deals 1 damage to each creature. If it was kicked, it deals 2 damage to each creature instead. For 3 mana, that's not bad. It's like what you get off of like a you can clear a board with that. It's like a mini board wipe almost. Modal card. Kabira Takedown. Kabira Takedown deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature or planeswalker. Man, more removal. And then what are we going to get for this rare? Ooh, Zagras, Thief of Heartbeats. More legendary creatures. This is great here because some new commanders already making in the mix. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party, and Flying Death Touch, haste. Other creatures you control have Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a planeswalker, destroy that planeswalker. Wow, this is like everything has Death Touch. Wow, that's going to be fun to build around. I'm kind of excited to see this in the EDH format. This is going to be some crazy decks. Swamp, more swamps. And a cat beast, because having a cat wasn't big enough. So we got a Kabira Plateau as the land on the modal. Kabira Takedown. 2 more cards. Scorch Rider. Kind of covering up the light there. Chilling Trap. Already seen the Outrider. Joraga Visionary. When Joraga Visionary enters the battlefield, draw a card. Something green does well. Mind Drain. Target opponent discards 2 cards, mills a card, and loses 1 life. You gain 1 life. That's pretty cool for 3 mana. What was that on there? Don't really know. Vanquish the Weak. Destroy target creature with power 3 or less. Gotta have that removal. Those are things that I would be including in my draft deck. Like in my sealed deck. Which I am going to an event on the 26th. So I will let everybody know how that goes out. It goes out. Kind of excited. It's been a long time since there's been any in-person events. Murasa Brute. On to the uncommons. Relic Axe. Really hoping to land that engine in one of these many packs that we're going to open of this. Roiling Regrowth. Sacrifice a land, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, then put them onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle your library. Pretty nice card. Modal. The other side is going to be a land, and our next card is Inscription of Ruin. Sorcery with a kicker. Choose 1. If this spell is kicked, choose any number instead. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Return target creature card with converted mana 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Destroy target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less. That's pretty awesome right there. That's like a bomb and a removal all in one. And then islands. Now, these are the ones that you're supposed to be able to play in as your modals. So That way you're obviously not showing off the back sides of your modal cards in your hand. One last pack. Core Celebrant. Molten Blast. Choose one. Molten Blast deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Destroy target artifact. I'm really impressed with this set so far. There's just a lot of versatility and options, it seems. Anti-cognition we've seen. A human cleric. When Angel Heart Protector enters the battlefield, target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. Pretty good stuff. Ghastly Gloom Hunter, Zombie Bat. Who doesn't like zombies? Pressure Point. Tap target creature. Draw a card. 2 on white. Feed the Swarm. Destroy target creature or enchantment opponent controls. You lose life equal to that permanent's converted mana cost. A lot of good stuff in here. Core Blade Master. Double Strike. Equipped warriors you control have double strike. Nice. That's our uncommon so far. Skyclave Pickaxe. Artifact. When Skyclave Pickaxe enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Landfall. When a land enters the battlefield under your control, the equipped creature gets +2/+2. It's pretty nice. Modal card. McKindy Stampede. McKindy Stampede. Creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. And then... Seagate Stormcaller. Mythic. Human Wizard. When Seagate Stormcaller enters the battlefield, copy the next instant or sorcery spell with converted mana cost 2 or less you cast this turn. When you cast it, if Stormcaller was kicked, copy that spell twice instead. You may choose new targets for the copies. That's pretty sweet. Uh-oh. Foil modal. Undo Inversion. Undo Sky Ruins. It's pretty sweet. Some nice. Ended up getting a nice pre-release pack. 1 mythic and 6 rares. So obviously counting on the 6 rares with the 6 packs. But some nice stuff here. Not sure exactly. I guess another one of those modal cards. Land. Yeah. That is what a pre-release pack looks like. Normally after this point I would end up sorting out all of the cards into their the remaining cards into their individual colors. And then look through the cards and see which ones I wanted to play, which ones might be fun to play, which ones I could combo together, and then kind of try to stay within 2 colors after I found that, and then find cards that synergize well with it. I do have some more packs to open. I'll probably do another video on actually assembling all this stuff into one deck together, but this is probably where I'm going to settle in for the night. Got a lot of other stuff I'd like to get going. Probably want to stream some Arena here too. As always, thank you for watching the video. I appreciate it. If you could like, subscribe, comment this week for this video in particular. If you just hang out, subscribe, leave a comment down below on what you thought of the pre-release pack. What do you think of Zendikar Rising so far? You could get this. Now, I know not everybody plays Arena, but this is... obviously, you're going to get 2 decks, 2 still standard relevant decks, and you get 2 codes to use in Arena for you and a friend to add all of these cards to your Arena accounts as well. So, pretty fun little thing. So, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think of the pre-release pack, and you could get the Arena Starter Kit. As always, thank you for watching.